Because you're right, there is people within Yuba County who don't live next to it or don't have property next to it that could be in favor of it. But maybe a simple majority vote on a ballot measure may help us make better decisions what's good for the whole county. Is that a possibility to look into?
If I could, just to kind of add, so that the process, as I mentioned, you have this public environmental process, goes to the Planning Commission, which is appointed by the Board of Supervisors. It can be appealed to the Board of Supervisors. Really, the last step in that process, if you don't like the decision that's made by the County Board of Supervisors, is the referendum process to take an item that the board has approved and put it to the vote of the people. And so that's kind of, just let you know, it doesn't necessarily need to come, you don't need to come before the Board of Supervisors, but if the Board of Supervisors makes a decision that the people of jurisdiction feel is unjust or wrong for whatever reason, that's their final step is a referendum.
The referendum will bring it to the vote of the people.
Yes. That's typically after the Board of Supervisors has taken action.
Okay. All right. I thank you for your time.
I won't take much of your time. I'm Bill Middleton, and to answer Sandy's question, it is not a seal dump. The sides are not, they're open sides. I live on Best Slough. My well is 200 feet off of Best Slough. I was raised on the ranch that is now the dump. Our well was 12 foot deep. We drilled another well in the 50s and went down 100 feet and we had water. But the water strata, the first one's at 20 feet now, and the second one starts at 40. And I've perforated the 40 for my house well. The other day I called them and I asked them, what about this garbage coming in and what are you going to do about keeping the wells? And he said, well, don't worry about the creek because we got it fenced off. Well, the fence, that's fine. It's going to hold all the garbage from flying off in it, but it's not going to keep the underground strata. And the more pressure they put on this, it is going to seep because Best Slough runs right by it. Now, this affects the whole county. It comes down through the county. It comes by the Garcias and comes by Sandy's folks' place and goes clear down through the county. So it's something we really need to watch, the water. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say how much I appreciate the gentleman that was just before, Mr. Middleton, about Roger's honesty about this. He got involved in this a long time ago when Wheatland had a vote, an equal vote. I can't remember exactly the history, but all the participants in the county and the city all had an equal vote. And then something was, and so my recollection is, let's put it in Wheatland, was bannered around for a very long time. And Wheatland got to have a vote, and their vote was, we don't want it here. And so down in Sacramento, there was some kind of legislation or some such thing that says one person or one voting entity can't veto it, for lack of a better word. And so when it came around for a vote again, even though we listed they didn't want it, their vote didn't count for that democratic process this gentleman was talking about. So it's very difficult. It's kind of like the horse is already out of the barn. What are we going to do now?
That was a joint powers agreement, and that said that we all had to have a vote. And that was disbanded. And then, after a few years, because Wheatland was so opposed to having a dump, and it was just not in my backyard at the time. that joint powers agreement was disbanded, and then after about 3 years or 4 years, whatever, 5, I don't know, it was reenacted, but the rules changed. And that's why then it was a matter of majority rules instead of like you said.
You're probably right.
Yeah, and you're right.
And my last thing is, Mr. Duffer, I really thought your presentation was good, even though no one raised their hand for it.
My name's Kathy, and I live out on Spencerville Road in Wheatland, and I live on acreage. And the question a lot of us out there have is, you guys want to do this dump thing, and you want to do the asphalt plant. I don't know where that's at. But in the end, if our wells do get contaminated, what are we going to do? Where are we going to get our water? Our land's going to be useless. So what are we going to do? You guys say, oh, sorry. So that's my question. What's been built in for all of us that have spent so much money on wells and utilities and development, and when we have property that's worthless because there's no good water there? And we don't have city water, we can't get city water, so what do we do?